It's episode 4 of F4 Thailand. Boys Over Flowers, YouTube, GMMTV, View, and we're back to a regular weekly schedule. We pick up with Gory running to meet Time several hours late. He's drenched and cranky, he never waits for anyone. Yet here he is. They head out for their date, as he's already invested the time, but continue to bicker and push each other around like a couple of kids. Arguing over the choice of restaurant, they get trapped in his stairwell, mirroring the classic elevator scene. Even with a fever, he spots the advantage to lying on Gorya's lap and having her tend him. They also have a chance for heart-to-heart, talking about their families, starting to understand each other. In a sleepy state, he promises to cancel the red card. They're released the next morning and return to squabbling. Time insists on a second date, but Gorya laughingly declines. As they chatter, someone takes pictures of them. At Gorya's house, her parents are worried about something, but they seem not to have realized she was out all night, presuming she'd left early that morning. They've got trouble coming, because of a shady loan. Gorya meets the loan shark who offers a job opportunity as a bar hostess, claiming sexual harassment isn't allowed. An older guy takes to her strength, and after many drinks, gives her relationship advice. But he turns out to be a lecher. She throws the guy, ending her career. At school, a threat does the rounds that has everyone talking. It looks like Time is kissing Gorya. He confirms they're dating and announces her red card is cancelled. F3 drags her away for a chat as the threat roars on. Hana gets pulled along looking distinctly uncomfortable. Kevin cuts to the chase, asking Gorya if she actually likes Ren, saying he doesn't want his friends to fight. But shockingly, Time jumps in noting that the conversation is making Gorya uncomfortable. Kevin backs off, but Gorya and Time argue about her catching his cold, throwing more confusion around. When it's just the guys, they worry about whether Time is serious about Gorya, noting certain family disapproval. Kevin and MJ pledge support, but recall Tia having been forced into a marriage. Time is undaunted. Gorya's cold has her calling out sick even as she searches for more part-time jobs. Her brother brings supplies, but teases her about the clip of her with Time. At Time's house, the housekeeper finds her towel. Time visits Gorya's house with a very, now cool again, 90s-style Demuji sweater on. Her father steps in to question him, but upon hearing Time's full name just as his family is noted on the news, they invite him in. Meanwhile, Kevin and MJ invite Kaning out. Time has dinner with Gorya's family, for 500 baht, as promised. He enjoys the boisterous family atmosphere. Kaning's private chef-made snack is completely different, but it's a barter for information. They ask about Gorya's interest in Time, whether she's sincere, and confirm that their lives are already planned by their families. If Gorya isn't serious, she should step out. Back at Gorya's house, they compete for the magic pork with the saddest story. The siblings talk of their poverty. Time's tale is of abundance, but the absence of game playing and fun strikes a chord. They divide the magic pork into minuscule pieces for everyone, curing all woes. Back at Kevin's house, Kaning lands the warning for Gorya. Kevin brings it with "you can't always follow your heart." Kaning puts up a fight, sending Kevin money for the treat, and saying they should trust their friends, rather than go behind their backs. Gorya walks Time out chatting more pleasantly than usual. He spots Ren's handkerchief as it drops from her pocket. Randomly, he tells the story of breaking Ren's favorite toy, admitting he was a jerk and that Ren is a good person. Now on better terms with Time, as Gorya's fans increase, based on Time's approval, she thinks she's finally getting to a bit of normal. But Time's mother puts out the order to have him observed, especially at school. The next day, photos of Gorya's night as a hostess are plastered on the walls. We end with Time standing in front of the ending explained of episode 4. The broken door may have been the opening of Time and Gorya's understanding each other, but Kevin's statement about not always being able to follow your heart puts a damper on romance. It should serve as a warning to Kaning as well, as F2 make it clear that all of their lives are pre-planned and not by destiny. Among this reality, we're finally starting to see Time break through his childishness with moments of insight. Tia wasn't wrong about his relationship, such as it helping him grow as a person. Bright Chivalry has managed to make the shift seem natural even its extremity. Somehow he's brought the character from big baby to young man in a few episodes this episode, really setting Time up for the drama to come. Gorya too seems to have had a realization about Time that abundance and privilege doesn't necessarily bring happiness. Maybe she appreciates her own family just a little bit more at the same time she sees Time as a product of his environment, as well as a guy who's figuring it out, like everyone else. This is the real heart, not the attraction but the growing understanding. With Time's mother now getting involved, we're diving headlong into the primary conflict of the story. As we've seen in episode 1, she takes no prisoners. But our leads have some fight in them. Once Goya decides she's interested, perhaps next episode's sparks are sure to fly.